Hello, Namaskar and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your window to quick and crisp 100 news updates from the country and the world. Let's begin. Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana in Gujarat today via video conferencing. A public participation program was launched in the state to create further awareness about the scheme. Addressing the event, the Prime Minister said that lakhs of families in Gujarat are getting free ration under PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. This free ration reduces distress for the poor and gives them confidence. He said that the poor should feel that whatever might be the calamity, the country is with him. The Prime Minister said today, in addition to the quota of wheat at 2 kilograms per rupee at rupees 2 kilograms, and at rupees 3 kilograms, 5 kilograms of wheat and rice is being given free to every beneficiary. That is almost double the amount of ration is being provided to the ration card holders than before the scheme started. Prime Minister said that country was facing lack of an effective delivery system earlier. To change the situation, fresh work was started post 2014 and thus the welfare initiative ensuring Har Ghar Ann proved to be boon for more than 80 crore citizens across during these difficult times of the pandemic. In Jammu and Kashmir, one unidentified terrorist was gunned down during an encounter at Chandaji area of Bandipora. Search operation is underway. An army helicopter crashed near RANJIT Sagar Dam in Kathua district of Jammu division. Helicopter crash took place at Purthu, which is 3 kilometers from Basoli town of Kathua district. The Central Board of Secondary Education has declared the Class 10th results today. Passing percentage this year is 99.04%, with once again girls performing better than boys. Boys passing percentage is 98.89%, while that of girls is 99.24%. Out of total 20,97,128 students, 20,76,997 have passed the Class 10th exam. The Delhi High Court today dismissed a writ petition filed in public interest seeking use of ballot papers in elections and the discontinuation of the use of EVMs. The court further said there is no material to justify interference with the satisfaction of the Election Commission of India and Parliament as per Section 61A of the Representation of People Act 1951 in relation to EVMs. The Pegasus snooping, farm laws and other issues continue to mar the proceedings of both the Houses of Parliament. Both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha have been adjourned for the day following continuous protests by the opposition parties. Despite repeated disruptions in the Lok Sabha, the Essential Defence Services Bill was passed in the House. The bill replaces an ordinance that was promulgated on 30th of June 2021. It allows the centre to prohibit strikes, lockouts and layoffs in units engaged in essential defence services. Post-lunch and several adjournments, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Bill 2021 was finally passed by the Rajya Sabha. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya in Rajya Sabha said that with more than 47 crore doses, India has the largest vaccination drive. By October and November this year, 4 companies would be producing vaccines indigenously. Amid government's efforts to end the stalemate in Parliament, BJP Parliamentary Party meeting was held today. Members of both the houses of the BJP attended the meeting, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Party President JP Nadda, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi and other union ministers including Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah and Piyush Goyal. There has been massive devastation caused by heavy rain and floods in several parts of Madhya Pradesh. 1,171 villages in Gwalior, Chambal region badly hit. NDRF and Air Force rescue teams pressed into service. Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan speaks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the phone and briefs him about the flood situation there. The Prime Minister assures all possible help to the state. Ludhiana in Punjab witnesses heavy rain since morning due to the rain waterlogging in many areas of the city reported. Temperature has also dropped to 27 degrees Celsius. The 8th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly begins today. The 2-day session will conclude on 5th of August after a recess on 4th of August. Obituary, references, laying of reports, presentation of Assembly Committee reports, introduction, consideration and passing of bills and discussion on matters of urgent public importance are some of the matters to be taken up during the session. Union Minister for Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur appealed the citizens to take part in campaign to sing the national anthem and upload the video on website www.rashtragan.in. Joint Secretary in Health Ministry Love Agarwal said that pandemic is far from over. He added that second wave as far as India is concerned is still not over. Daily new COVID-19 cases reported across the world is still high, which is more than 4.7 lakhs. 44 districts in India are reporting more than 10% weekly COVID-19 positivity rate. 18 districts in the country are reporting increasing trend in daily new COVID-19 cases in last 4 weeks. These 18 districts account for 47.5% of the total cases. COVID-19 cases are being reported from a limited trajectory or area. 49.85% of total COVID-19 cases of last week is reported from Kerala. Continued increase in pace of vaccination achieved with the help of states. The first 10 crore doses was achieved in 85 days. As far as COVID-19 testing status update is concerned, ICMR Delhi stated that 47 crore 12 lakh 94,789 samples tested up to 2nd of August. 3 crore 8 lakh 96,354 total recoveries reported across the country so far. Recovery rate currently stands at 97.38%. 38,887 patients recovered during the last 24 hours. India's active caseload currently stands at 4,04,958. Active cases constitute 1.28% of total cases. Weekly positivity rate remains below 5% and currently stands at 2.39%. The daily positivity rate at 1.85% remains below 5%. More than 49.85 crore vaccine doses have been provided to states as well as union territories. More than 2.75 crore balance and unutilized doses still available with states and union territories and private hospitals that are to be administered. The 30-share Sensex on Tuesday skyrocketed 872.73 points to end at a lifetime high of 53,823.36. The 50-share Nifty also soared by 245.60 points to record 16,130.75. The prices of gold on Tuesday fell by 245 rupees on the MCX to close at 47,800 rupees per 10 gram. Silver also fell by 141 rupees on the MCX to 67,748 rupees per 1 kilogram. The Indian rupee today gained 6 paise to close at 74.28 provisionally against the US dollar. Brent crude futures, the global oil benchmark, also rose 0.80% to USD 73.47 per barrel. The prices of petrol and diesel remain unchanged for the 17th consecutive day. Despite fluctuations in the global oil market, petrol and diesel is at 101.84 rupees per litre, while diesel is at 89.87 rupees per litre. Mukesh Ambani's Reliance Industries fell 59 places to rank 155th, its lowest since 2017. On the 2021 Fortune Global 500 list released on Monday, the oil to telecom conglomerates ranking slipped after its revenues dropped owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. State Bank of India jumped 16 places to rank 205, but the Indian Oil Corporation dropped 61 places to 212th rank. This is the second straight year of SBI improving its ranking. Niti Aayog today released a report that presents reform pathways that can transform the country's power distribution sector in a step towards improving policy making in this area. The report, titled Turning Around the Power Distribution Sector, is co-authored by Niti Aayog, RMI and RMI India. The report represents a review of reform efforts in the Indian and global power distribution sector. The world continues to battle COVID-19 pandemic. So far, over 19.96 crore people have contracted the coronavirus, while recoveries have surpassed 18 crores. Over 42.49 lakh people have lost their lives to the virus globally. The US COVID cases rising since past few days. Country remains worst affected by the pandemic, with 3.58 crore people infected so far. Over 6.29 lakh deaths due to the virus have been reported in the country. The US states of Florida and Louisiana were at or near their highest hospitalization numbers of the coronavirus pandemic on Monday, driven by the still spreading Delta variant. COVID-19 hospitalizations in Louisiana and Florida have surged to their highest points of the pandemic, leading overwhelmed doctors on Monday to plead with the unvaccinated to get inoculated against the Delta variant. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Monday that he wanted to get the travel industry moving against a simple, user-friendly system to allow for trips abroad without importing new variants of the coronavirus. Citing the threat posed by the beta coronavirus variant, England has maintained quarantine rules for double vaccinated travellers from France, while dropping the requirement for travellers from other medium-risk countries. Germany will start to offer booster shots against COVID-19 to vulnerable individuals, according to the health ministers of the country's 16 states. The decision reflects concerns in Germany that the Delta variant that spreads faster could force the country back into restrictions and lockdown as Europe's largest economy. Near a general election in September, 16 states in Germany are eager to vaccinate more people to avoid a fourth wave of the coronavirus in the country. Just like many countries, schools have reopened in several states of Germany on a shift basis. Students in some states returned to school on Monday, hoping for as close a return to normal as possible. The Hong Kong government has urged its employees and education and health workers to get vaccinated or pay for regular COVID-19 detection tests. City leader Carrie Lam announced some measures to persuade more people to get vaccinated. Hong Kong has registered 56 days without any local coronavirus cases, and life has largely returned to normalcy in the global financial hub, except heavy travel and restrictions still remaining, with hotel quarantine required for all arrivals. President Joe Biden's administration announced on Monday that because of the increase in violence, it would take in thousands more Afghan refugees who worked with US forces. The Priority 2 refugee program would cover Afghans who work for US-funded projects and for US-based non-government bodies and media outlets. It applies to Afghans who do not qualify for the special immigration visa program. The United States is confident that Iran carried out a drone attack on an Israeli-managed tanker transiting through international waters near Oman on Friday. Tehran has denied any involvement in the attack on Thursday, in which 2 crew members, a Briton and a Romanian, were killed. Ferocious fighting is taking place in a major Afghan city amid fears it could be the first provincial capital to fall to the Taliban. Lashkar-Gah in southern Helmand province is under heavy assault from the militants despite persistent US and Afghan airstrikes. The Taliban have made rapid advances in recent months as US forces have withdrawn after 20 years of military operations in the country. US State Department spokesman Ned Price said the Taliban are responsible for most of the outrageous and atrocious acts of violence in Afghanistan. In Turkey, a hotspot for nightlife and summer parties, the coastline of Bodrum was painted in orange on Monday as the blaze raged in the area. Firefighters using planes and helicopters and locals with buckets of water battled wildfires raging for a 6th day near southern coastal resorts in drought-hit Turkey. As per Forestry Ministry, 7 fires were still burning, fanned by temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius, strong winds and low humidity. Temperatures soared across Greece on Monday as the worst heat wave in decades pushed the power system to its limit. Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said the country is dealing with the worst heat wave since 1987. The week-long heat wave has left more than 1,000 people dead. The Mexican History and Anthropology Institution has launched the International Feathered Serpent Contest to develop a project that will preserve the pyramid of the feathered serpent located in Teotihuacan. The project's objective is to develop a roof structure that will guarantee the pyramid's conservation and will stabilize the monument. The Feathered Serpent Temple was restored for the first time in the year 1921 by the archaeologist Manuel Camillo. A coffee coin, the first cryptocurrency in the world backed by coffee stocks, registered an appreciation of more than 35% in its first month of negotiations, driven by frost in Brazil and investor demand. The cryptocurrency created by the Minasul cooperative is adjusted by the variation of coffee in the physical market. The price is also influenced by the demand for coffee coin investors in the so-called secondary market. A sculpture of a giant angular figure made from the wreckage of last summer's Beirut port blast was unveiled at the site on Monday, drawing mixed reactions. The artwork, dubbed the Gestures, is the creation of Lebanese architect Nadim Karam, a Beirut resident and artist who says he wanted to pay tribute to the families of the victims of the explosion. It was funded by a number of private companies. High atop the Andes, indigenous Bolivians gathered at dawn to honor Pachamama, the goddess of the earth and fertility, on the Day of Mother Earth. In Bolivia, believers go to high elevations to burn ritual tables with animal fat, colored paper and sweets to thank Pachamama. The tradition extends from the north of Argentina and Chile through Peru and Bolivia. These rituals have been celebrated in Bolivia for centuries in indigenous communities. In the United States, a 4-year-old pianist is serving as an inspiration for many. 4-year-old Brigitte Z reads music, can play Beethoven's Sonatina in F major, and has won a spot to perform at Carnegie Hall. Teenage girls in the northern Nigerian city of Kano are bending the rules of society. These girls are learning robotics, computing and other STEM subjects as part of an innovative project that challenges local views of what girls should be doing. An NGO named Kabara is helping them in the same Kabara as the brainchild of engineer Hadiza Garbati. She hopes the classes will help them develop skills to start their own small businesses or enroll at university. Central Park roller skaters were giving it all on a hot afternoon to sweat out the stress of 2020, the coronavirus pandemic and the fight for justice that shook many of them to the core. Many skaters continued with their favorite pastime even after the Central Park Dance Association. They spun pirouettes on any stretch of flooring they could free up at home or unofficially and on individual basis in public spaces like local parks and gardens. In Vietnam, many people have been using this social distancing period as a time for family bonding and to take care of their children. With more free time, parents can teach their children to practice good habits for the environment. People are taking out time for their passion and engaging in activities involving recycling materials around them. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today applauded the Indian participants at the Tokyo Olympics and said that athletes are inspiring crores of people and the nation is proud of them. Union Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur launched the theme song Kar De Kamal Tu for the Indian Paralympic contingent today in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, he said that India is sending its largest ever contingent to the Paralympic Games in Tokyo. 54 para sportspersons across 9 sports disciplines will be participating. And that's all for now, but news continues here on DD India. Namaskar.